You're sitting in a cafe. A bell chimes, your mouth waters, but it's not food time, it's just a bell. Bam! And your body's already betrayed you. That's the power of Pavlov's dogs. The experiment that cracked the code on how your brain gets hacked by habit. Here's what Ivan Pavlov did back in 1897. He rang a bell, then gave a dog food. Rang a bell again, food arrived, over and over. Soon, the bell alone made the dog salivate. No food required. A neutral stimulus paired repeatedly trained the entire nervous system. Your brain wasn't the experimenter. Your brain was the dog, and your brain loves shortcuts. It's wired to see patterns. If X happens, then Y happens. Your brain automates the prediction. Next time X shows up, your body prepares for Y before you even think about it. Researchers found this conditioning happens so fast, so deep, you never see it coming. You scroll your phone, buzz notification, dopamine fires. You're not actually thirsty, but someone texts, your throat tightens. You see McDonald's arches while driving and suddenly you're hungry. The song from your ex's playlist plays, your chest tightens. A Zoom meeting room opens and your cortisol spikes. Neutral sounds, sights, songs paired again and again with outcomes your brain remembers. Now trigger automatic reactions your conscious mind can't override. But here's the kicker. Pavlov's experiment wasn't just about dogs. It was a blueprint. Advertisers know it. Tech platforms weaponize it. They engineer sounds, colors, timing, notifications, all paired repeatedly with rewards or fears, until your body reacts before your mind can question it. You're not choosing, you're responding. Like a dog to a bell. This week, run this 48-hour audit. Pick one trigger that hooks you. A notification sound, a lunch commercial, a social media refresh. Every time it fires, pause. Notice what your body does before you decide. Don't change anything yet. Just observe the autopilot. Write it down. You'll see the pattern Pavlov saw. Once you name the habit loop, stimulus, automatic response, the conditioning, you own it. You're no longer the dog. You're the one holding the bell. You're sitting at your desk and you've decided you'll just check your email once. One quick look, but you tap the refresh button. Nothing. Tap again. Still nothing. Again, and then, boom, a new message. Your brain lights up. Dopamine floods through. You got the hit you were hunting for. Bam! You're already reaching for refresh again. That's Skinner's box, and it's already pulling your strings harder than you know. Behaviorist B.F. Skinner spent decades watching pigeons and rats perform the exact same way you just did. He discovered that the brain doesn't care about predictable rewards. It craves something messier. The surprise variable reinforcement. He proved it. If you give a reward every single time an animal does something, they learn, but if you make the reward random, unpredictable, they become obsessed. Compulsively repeating the behavior over and over, chasing that next hit. Think about it. Video game loot boxes, slot machines, your Instagram feed. You scroll, not knowing when a post will stop you cold. That's variable ratio reinforcement, hardwired into your nervous system. The same neural circuits lighting up for gambling as for getting high. Social media companies didn't invent this pattern. They just reverse-engineered Skinner's experiments into an app. Your brain loves shortcuts, and this one whispers, keep trying, and magic happens. Here's the kicker. This works whether you're conscious of the pattern or not. A study found that people pull email refresh nearly 3 times a minute at work. They're not hunting for information. They're hunting for the rare, random reward. And the apps know it. Twitch, TikTok, dating apps, they're all tuned to spacing out wins just far enough apart that you can't stop. The pattern is the product. But warning, knowing this changes nothing if you don't disrupt the loop. So here's your 48-hour move. Pick one variable reward trap you use daily. Could be email, could be social media. Remove the unpredictability. Set a rule, check once an hour at a specific time. Scheduled, predictable, boring. Your brain will resist like hell. That resistance is the signal you're breaking the chain. You're not powerless in this design. Your brain is primed to seek shortcuts, but you're the only one who can choose when to step away from the lever. Knowledge. Look at that cookie jar. 10 cookies inside, no rush, right? But when only 2 remain, suddenly you're reaching faster, heart pounding. What just happened? Welcome to the psychology of scarcity. Here's the wild part. Researchers at Worcester University discovered something bizarre. Same cookies, same brand, same everything. Yet when there were only 2 left, people rated them as more delicious, more desirable, more valuable. Your brain is being hacked right now, not by marketers, by your own survival instincts. We evolved to grab what's rare because our ancestors who didn't survive to become ancestors. Think about it. Remember that sold-out concert ticket that became priceless? The discontinued product you suddenly needed? The relationship that got interesting only when someone else showed interest? That's psychological reactance. Your freedom threatened, desire amplified. Here's what's really happening. Your brain takes a shortcut. If it's rare, it must be valuable. It's a mental heuristic, like mental autopilot, saving you thinking time but costing you rational judgment. Amazon knows this. Only 3 left in stock. Booking.com exploits it. 15 people viewing this hotel right now. Luxury brands mastered it, limited editions, exclusive memberships, VIP lists. But here's where it gets dangerous. Scarcity doesn't equal quality, it equals perception. The cookie tastes the same whether there's 2 or 20. The difference? All in your head. You feel it right now, don't you? That urge to pause this video and check that item you've been eyeing? That fear of missing out? That's not coincidence. That's millions of years of evolution pressing your urgency button. The truth? Marketers aren't creating desire, they're revealing it. Like holding a mirror to your deepest instincts, then charging admission to see what you always wanted but never noticed. So next time you feel that rush, that gotta have it now panic, pause. Ask yourself, do I want this because it's valuable or because it's vanishing? The answer might save you thousands. Because real value isn't rare, it's recognized. And the most precious things in life, they're not limited edition, they're unlimited. Love, time, authenticity, those can't be stocked or sold. You're offered 2 deals. Option 1, $50 today. Option 2, $100 in 1 week. Bam! Your hand shoots out for the 50. Now flip it. Same choice, but both pushed forward by a year. $150 in 1 year or $200 in 1 year and a week. Suddenly you're patient. You take the bigger reward. Wait, what just happened? Your brain just exposed itself. That's hyperbolic discounting. And it's already pulling your strings. Your brain doesn't value time linearly. The difference between today and tomorrow feels massive. The difference between a year from now and a year plus a week barely registers. So when a reward is immediate, you're wired to grab it. Logic be damned. Researchers found this happens because your brain evolved to prioritize the present. In the ancestral environment, a sure thing now beat a promise later. That promise might never come. Your ancestors survived by being present biased. That instinct saved them. Now it sabotages you. Here's how it plays out. You swear you'll start the diet tomorrow, but when tomorrow arrives, the donut in front of you is hyperbolic discounting heavy. One more day, you think. At work, you procrastinate on the quarterly report because the deadline feels distant until it's 48 hours away. Then panic mode hits. On dating apps, you swipe for the immediate dopamine hit rather than pursuing the relationship that took genuine investment 3 months ago. True story, your future self is always more rational than your present self. But here's the kicker. Once you see it, other people start using it against you. Credit card companies, streaming services with free trials, gym memberships that auto-renew. They're banking on your hyperbolic brain. They make the present frictionless, the future consequence buried in the fine print. They're counting on you choosing today over tomorrow. So here's your move, the 48-hour rule. When you want something now, write it down. Wait 48 hours. That delay collapses the hyperbolic curve. Tomorrow becomes almost today. Your brain recalibrates. You see whether you actually want it or your present bias just hijacked you. Try it on the next impulse buy. The next I'll start Monday. The next commitment you half mean. You're not broken, your brain is just running ancient code on a modern world, but you've got something your brain doesn't. The ability to pause and see the pattern. That's the leverage, not... Lose $20 and it sours your whole afternoon. Find $20 and you've forgotten by dinner. Same amount, wildly different sting. Bam! That's loss aversion, quietly rigging every decision you make. Here's the wiring. Your brain doesn't weigh gains and losses evenly. A loss hits about twice as hard as the same size win feels good. Makes sense for a caveman. Miss a meal and you're hungry, lose your footing and you're dead. But that ancient alarm is still screaming in a world of stock apps and free trials. Kahneman and Tversky put a number on it in 1979. Twice. Losing feels roughly 2 times more painful than winning feels pleasant. So you don't play to win, you play mostly not to lose. Watch it run your life. You hold the losing stock way too long, praying it climbs back, because selling makes the loss real. You keep paying for the subscription you never use, because canceling feels like throwing something away. You stay in the job you've outgrown because the comfort you'd lose looms larger than the life you'd gain. But here's the kicker. Marketers can see your alarm from Spade. Only 3 left. Offer ends tonight. Don't miss out. They're not selling you a product, they're selling you the fear of losing it. So here's the move. When that squirmy but I'd be losing sting feeling hits, reframe it. Ask, if I didn't already own this, the stock, the plan, the routine, would I buy it again today at today's price? If no, you're not protecting value, you're feeding the alarm. Try it this week. Find one thing you're clinging to purely because letting go feels like loss. Run the fresh eyes test. Decide on your terms because half of freedom is refusing to be governed by the fear of going backward. You're in the driver's seat. You're 40 minutes into a terrible movie. Do you walk out? You don't. You sit there, jaw clenched, watching the whole thing because you already paid for the ticket. Bam! The sunk cost fallacy just made your evening worse on purpose. Here's the trap. Your brain treats money, time, and effort you can't get back as a reason to spend even more. The ticket's gone either way. But quitting feels like admitting the loss, so you double down to avoid the sting. Economists Arkes and Bloomer nailed it in 1985. People who'd paid full price for a ski trip went even in a blizzard, while the ones who got it free stayed home, warm and sane, same trip. The only difference was the money already burned. You know this one. We've been together 5 years, I can't leave now. We've sunk $2 million into this project, we can't kill it. I've read 200 pages of this awful book, might as well finish. Every time the past is voting in a decision that only belongs to the future. But here's the kicker. Casinos, subscriptions, and salesmen love this bug. You've come this far. Don't waste what you've invested. They're not helping you finish, they're helping you bleed. So here's the move. Ask one question. Knowing what I know now, would I start this today? If the answer is no, the 5 years, the 2 million, the 200 pages, none of it matters. They're already gone. Walk. Try it this week. Find one thing you're only continuing because you started it. A show, a commitment, a half-built plan. Ask the question. Then either recommit on purpose or let it go. Clean. Because the most expensive money you'll ever spend is the money you throw after what's already lost. You're stuck in traffic. 20 minutes. 30. You've tried 3 different routes, they're all jammed. You stop trying, you just sit there, accept it. Your brain isn't even looking for exits anymore. Bam! You've entered a cage of your own making and you don't even know you're trapped. That's learned helplessness, and it's already pulling your strings. Here's what happens. Your brain is a prediction machine, right? It learns fast. The moment it detects a pattern where your actions don't change the outcome, it recalibrates. Why burn energy fighting if fighting never works? So it shuts down the effort circuits. Researchers found that repeated failure, genuine, inescapable failure, rewires how your nervous system responds to adversity. Your brain literally stops generating solutions. Look around. A job interview goes badly, so you stop applying. Dates don't go well, so you stop asking people out. You pitch an idea in meetings, nobody listens, so you stop speaking up. On social media, you get ignored enough times, so you stop posting. Each time, same mechanism. Repeated nothing I do matters becomes I don't do anything. The brain believes its own training data. Here's the kicker. This wasn't even your failure. Your brain learned it wrong. A single relationship ended, one rejection from an investor, one boss who didn't get it. And suddenly your brain is operating under the assumption that the entire category is locked. You generalize one loss into a life sentence. But warning, this loop gets weaponized constantly. Poverty traps you in learned helplessness. Limited resources mean real failures pile up faster. Abusive relationships drill it in deliberately. Algorithmic systems train it. Keep showing someone what they failed at and watch their engagement die. Your brain, which evolved to learn, becomes your prison architect. So here's your move, and it works fast. Pick something small where you've gone passive. One area where you stopped trying. Anything. For 48 hours, treat it like a beginner experiment. One action a day, no attachment to the outcome. Just action. The goal isn't to win, the goal is to prove to your nervous system that your choices still matter. That effort has a path, that you're not in a cage. Your brain is plastic. It unlearns helplessness the same way it learned it, through experience. One win doesn't overwrite the whole pattern, but it cracks the spell. And the moment you remember you can move, the rest opens up.